What's going on, guys? This is week 1 of meet prep for the US Open. So what I'm going to do is kind of take you through a week to week of training, nutrition, supplements, mental preparation, get some of my training partners lifts in as we all prepare for the US Open, which is going to be April 15th and April 16th. Myself and my training partner Doyle will be competing on that Saturday the 15th with the 198 and up guys, and then Kaylie, our other training partner, my girlfriend, she'll be competing on Sunday with all the female lifters, and then 181 and below males. So there'll be a good live stream going up. So as soon as they post that link, I'll make sure to put it in the videos and put it on my Instagram and stuff.
And I understand who I am, and I know I'm a go-getter. When it boils down to it, I'm a go-getter, and I'm a flat out go and get it. And nothing will not stop me from getting it. A lot of people, they have to be chasing something, or it has to be a reward attached to it, or they seek some type of validation, or they need some type of encouragement, a pat on the back to say, man, you're doing a good job. When you tell me I'm doing a good job or not, I'm gonna give everything I got to everything I'm involved in, because that's just the way I'm cut. I'm gonna give everything I got to everything I'm involved in, because that's the way I'm cut. You don't have to give me a reward for it. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's how I'm supposed to rock, and that's how I'm supposed to live my life.
That is Inky Johnson. And I figured like that's a good way to start a prep video, you know, just getting in, putting in the work, doing what you have to do to get better, and not needing some type of reward, not needing some type of admiration for doing it. You're just in there, putting in the work, putting in the time, getting things done, you know, and that's what I love about the people I have around me and my training partners. And I think that type of atmosphere where you just got guys and girls that are just in there to put in the work and not so much in there to, you know, need some type of validation for what they're doing. You'll have those guys in the gym, and they'll always come up to you and they'll always tell you, oh man, guess what I did the other day? Guess what I did? I hit this number, I hit that number. Oh man, did you hear what happened about this? Did you know, oh, I'm doing so good. And they just want you to like sit there and just tell them how awesome they are and give them a pat on the back. And you know, and if you don't do that, then guess what? Their whole training is screwed up. You don't like them, and they feel like they're being left out. And you know, those are the type of people that are gonna just suck the life out of you as a training partner. You know, it's not the people that go in, day out, put in the work, get the stuff done, and then they're gone. You know, there's days where myself and Kaylie and Doyle, we don't even talk to each other in the gym, and then there's days that we do, and it's all training related, and it's all based on getting better, improvement, and pushing forward, and not so much on like, oh hey, did you see what I just did? You know, hey, how awesome is that? Give me a pat on the back. I'm great. No, we don't do that. We get in there, we put in the work, and the outcome will be equivalent to the work we put in. And there's nothing else that matters. The gym, your lifts, none of that stuff matters until you get out there and compete and put it on the platform. And I think that Inky Johnson speech that he gives clearly defines that. It's like it's a good way to start a prep video. It's a good way to get things going. So excited for prep, excited for where things are. I'm excited to move forward. It's Wednesday, January 25th, I believe. 11 and a half weeks out now. I'm going to try to document everything leading up to it, 1 week at a time. Myself, Kaylie, and my training partner Doyle are all doing it. So it's a good environment. We're all getting ready at the same time. We all train together. So I think it's going to help push all of us a little bit further than we could have been, which I always think is great. Having that atmosphere to train around and having some good people that you can rely on is huge. So training split for this block is going to be benching on Sunday, squats, primary squats on Monday, Tuesdays back and biceps, Wednesdays secondary bench, Thursdays deadlift day, and then Saturday is third squat day of the week. So just pushing up the leg volume, trying to get everything growing as much as possible as I'm trying to add on weight, and then from there
probably about 8 weeks out, cut back on the volume and start throwing in reps and progressing week to week with the reps on, and just seeing how everything moves, and just taking it kind of 1 week at a time. I have a tendency to kind of push a little bit too hard and get injured right around the meet, so I'm just trying to be smart this approach and just kind of ease my way into it, knowing what I want to hit and what I'm capable of are two different things. So just kind of gauging that and progressing and being smart with my weight selection going into the weeks. So just follow along, guys. I'll try to get some of Kaylee's training, some of her perspective, and if I can get Doyle to talk, a little bit of his perspective going into the meet, and try to get some of his training as well.
So where are we at now? Finishing up last week, the off season. As you guys know, I have a meet coming up in a couple weeks. It's a sleeve meet. I'm not really peaking for it, just kind of using it as a practice meet, just to see how training's going, just to see how things are going. And it's when I was deloading anyways, so just treating it like a training day, getting back in the gym the next day, and just keep grinding away. US Open's big picture. But I feel like the off-season work, I made a lot of really good progress with the things that I was trying to work on. Improved body composition, size is back on, staying relatively leaner, and the only thing that is the issue right now is just my shoulder. You know, being able to kind of grind away is great for training, but it's not great for recovery. So it's there. It is what it is. Deal with it, suck it up, push through. Hopefully it gets better, but probably won't until I'm actually able to take some time off, but I don't really have time to do that. So just going to keep grinding away and picking exercises that fit into the program and that they're going to make me better, but also create the less amount of stress as possible. So as you can see, a little bit different this off season as compared to last. I didn't do any conventional pulls, just sumo pulling, just working on the technical aspects of that movement. And I feel like if I can get that a little bit more dialed in and spend more time on that, then I'll get stronger within that movement. Conventional is great. I feel like it did help, but I feel like the inconsistency with my sumo deadlift is what's really hindering the progress in it. So if I can get more work in with it, then I'm going to get a lot more consistent with the movement pattern, get consistent and comfortable with the setup and everything else, and just get stronger within that position. So that was the plan this off season. You know, we'll see. You never know until the platform comes how it's going to pay off, but definitely sumo deadlifting in general has always been a bit of an issue for me as far as consistencies and training variables and things of that nature goes. It's some days it feels great and I'm like, man, why I didn't do anything different? Why did it feel good this week and not last week? And just so it's frustrating for sure, but just going to keep putting in the work, and you know, it'll all pay off. So I'm doing a lot of bi-weekly stuff. You'll see I'll do some block pulls, and then the next week I'll do some eccentrics, and that's just kind of a way to auto-regulate and control the intensity and the load. Still keeping it heavy enough to where the exercise sucks, it's painful, it hurts, but with the eccentrics, you're not going to have as heavy of a load as the block pulls, so I'm able to kind of recover, recoup, and auto-regulate that. Like I said before, the biggest issue I've had going into these meets is just staying healthy right around the end of the meet prep. Always have some type of little injury here and there, and you know, that's kind of why I wanted to do this meet in between, to give myself a good deload, good rest, and then hit some decent numbers but not really push it too hard is the plan. You never know until you get there, right? And hopefully that'll create a lot of positive momentum moving forward, but it'll also keep me healthier moving forward. So, and then just doing some more precautionary stuff like getting some Graston work, ART work, chiropractic work done, and then just kind of staying on top of nutrition and trying to maintain my weight and everything that goes along with that to maintain as much health as possible going into this prep. So week 12 is in the books. Week 11, really looking forward to it. Have some good training set up, and just going to keep trugging along and see where everything goes, see how everything plays out. Thanks for following along on this journey, guys. I always appreciate it. I always appreciate the comments. If you guys have any videos you want to see, let me know. Putting together a bench press programming video around injuries, That'll be out shortly, so make sure that you subscribe so that you can get all the videos and all the content. Thanks as always, guys.
Just finished up week 1 of the 12-week prep for the US Open. Not really kind of the way I would normally prep, but keep in mind that I'm 3 weeks out from another meet. I'm doing a sleeved meet, so I'm kind of keeping it conservative with the weights, even though I'm getting ready for a meet. So it's interesting when you're trying to compete close but not really peak for a meet and truly peak for another meet, because you don't want to go out there and just waste your time and not do well. But you also have to keep in mind, you know, over the year, you can only truly peak for 1 to 2 meets depending on where you're at strength wise. You know, the higher the level you are, the less likely you are to be able to peak multiple times. So just trying to be smart with training, trying to pick exercises that modify the load but still give me the intensity to grow and adapt. So you'll see that I'm doing a lot of high bar stuff, doing some front squats, just doing stuff that is a little bit harder for me. So I can't really add the weight, but it still creates the intensity, it still creates the training stimulus that I'm looking for. And you'll notice in my squat preparation, because the key is to peak my sleeve squats and then go into wraps right after this meet. So I'm pushing those pretty heavy on Mondays, going to a top single and then kind of backing down doing my sets just to get some work in. But I'm just trying to be smarter this go around. Last time I got injured about 3 weeks out, and I did that last year as well. So just trying to be smart with my training and not push to complete failure a lot of times, and just making sure that I have enough to get me through so I can perform at my best on the platform. I'll be putting my training log on tmnutrition.net. Make sure you guys check it out. And I appreciate you guys always watching. Until next time, take care.